read your mind. You know, this is the thing. Everything is connected, so plants, you know, they have the same feelings. And so what we find is people today will have the left brain at 25%, the right brain at 75%. So what I've been able to do now is balance the left to the right and the right to the left until I get both hemispheres balanced at 100%. Then you've got in your body, they're like a fuse system that when things overload, they blow the fuse. So we've lost these connections. So what I do, I simply connect the brain to my toes, and then I connect it to my base chakras, and then I balance it. I take it to my liver and back, the kidneys and back, the heart and back. So I connect everything in my body, the throat. And you can do it when you're dowsing. You can dowse it. Have I got everything connected? And it makes quite a profound effect in how your body starts functioning. And this is the whole thing, that if your solar plexus is blocked, you have no gut feeling. Right now, I can walk into the greenhouses. I'm looking after Carr Baker's greenhouses as a consultant. And the plants will tell me what they need. So, okay, we need some calcium sulfur into this week, and then we need some phosphorus or something else. And I was making a liquid up out of sugar and seaweed. And last week they said, we've had enough seaweed, we want water. We just want pure water. So this week they're getting pure water. So this is how I operate now. And invariably, you know, you can do this. So as we're moving along, if anybody has any questions as I'm rolling there, because we only got a limited time. But anyway, going back to the Earth, these shifts, there was a shift there was an earthquake in South America before Christmas, and it moved the Earth a little bit. And the one in Japan moved another 3 degrees. So understanding that the sun is fixed, it comes in at an angle and hits the Earth. And that's how we have our northern hemisphere, the winter in the north and the summer in the south, and vice versa. And as it's jolting it, it's moving the North Pole further and further away. So right now the North Pole is actually in Siberia. And if you go to NASA, they will tell you not to use compasses. In fact, after the shift in between Christmas and New Year's, there was a shift. All of the geomagnetic lines on the Earth reversed. And they also changed the polarity. That's the spin they were doing. And we had a call from a woman that lives in Kingston, and she's near where the big cable comes off Wolf Island. And when that shift came, the lines reversed, and they, instead of going to the cable, they were coming back the other way. Now all she hears is a whir of the turbines from the wind turbines on Wolf Island coming along, following electricity along into the ground, picked up by the earth current and carried into her house. They're going nuts because of the vibrations that are constantly coming into that house. In that shift, there were elements that became, not so available or unavailable, and one of them is calcium. And everything, at the beginning, we had to advise farmers to double the amount of calcium they were feeding their animals. Remember, we're all connected, so we were doing leaf tissue 2 weeks ago on roses, and they came back terribly deficient in calcium and sulfur. So right now it's important that we focus on getting enough calcium into our body. It's not only calcium, it's magnesium, vitamin A, and digestive enzymes, because you got to bear in mind that you need these live microorganisms in your stomach, and I can elaborate on that a little more in that we change the magnetism of the soil to be paramagnetic, so the plants are diamagnetic, where they harvest all their requirements from the air. And they're now supporting the microorganisms in the soil. You see, this is the plant captures the, we'll say, carbon dioxide, and it turns it into sugars. These are the whole range of polysaccharides. It's not just one sugar. That's not like the stuff you buy in the bag that's white. It's not good for you, but it comes from a maple syrup, and that thing, it's better. So these sugars are sent down to give energy, food to the microorganisms, and they're at the ground. They can use that as an acid to break down minerals and put them in solution to send to the plants. And where we're doing this on farms now, the animals actually require only half the amount of vitamin mineral supplement that they normally need. So it's, like I said, it's important that we start looking at ourselves and being aware that everything can affect us, and that could be from the radar, the cell phones, the geomagnetic lines. Yeah.
I'm observing that, like nowadays, a lot of people who have had very little education of their body are watching Dr. Oz, and they're bouncing off the walls, running over buying everything. My philosophy is that you need an individual analysis of your own personal needs. You shouldn't be going by all these stories and profiles and products. So I'm not satisfied yet with what I found services mainstream for the average person that would give an individual, analytical, accurate feedback on what just your body needs.
Right. No, I know they're always focusing on one thing when it should be a whole picture of things.
So you could use your mind to bring in from the quantum universe.
That's right.
That
you can
best scenario for yourself.
Yeah. So what we do, it's quite simple. That if you got food, you don't know where it comes from. So you can use your mind to take all of the pesticides, insecticides, fungicides, contaminants out of that and send it to this other universe.
Okay, you said the fiery planet or something.
Fiery universe, yeah.
Fiery universe, okay.
And what we do in the Canada and the United States, the farmers buy the corn distillers from the ethanol business. And it comes in big trucks, and they put it into bags, and they phone me up and say, we've got a bag of distillers in. So I'll run through it. There are vomit toxins, aflatoxins, molds, any toxin. Like, you've got to bear in mind that these molds that are in food actually mimic hormones in our body. Vomitoxin, they make you sick. Vomit. That's where the name came from. There is having a mind block on. I have so many of them in my mind that they're blocking me right now. Anyway, some represent estrogen, and doesn't matter. So what we do, we just douse those out to the universe, and those cattle eat that food with absolutely no ill effects at all.